Hey, thanks for joining on Listen Up Girl, my brand new podcast that is out. And I'm giving you all the LGBTQ plus news that you didn't know that you needed every Monday. My name is Zach Randall Freeman. And I'm really happy to be on my third episode for this podcast series. So let me start right up and give you a couple of great things that are happening in the LGBTQ plus news. One is that there is a rideshare app that is out in Pakistan, and it's a brand new app that's called She Drives. So, this app is for women and transgender people that want to use a rideshare app and feel safe. And the company not only gives people that are transgender and women rides, but they also are hiring people in these categories. So taxis in Pakistan, and can't believe that Pakistan is doing this, but I'm very happy to hear this. But Pakistan has their taxi program. If a taxi is part of this program, then they will have a pink She Drives logo on the car. So currently, this service is only available in Lahore, but the company is hoping that they can expand to other cities. So, and some strange kind of LGBTQ plus news. The star from Jackass, his name is Steve O. He was going to get breast implants as a joke. However, recently he was in a grocery store and the person that was ringing up his groceries for him, he had a moment when he realized, oh, this person's transgender and maybe this is my sign from the universe that I shouldn't be doing this. So, joke wasn't so funny, I don't think, anyway. So, I'm glad he decided against it. Uh, Kentucky actually banned conversion therapy for minors. So the governor, who I think is pretty amazing, his name is Andy Bashir, he signed an executive order to scientifically discredit the practice of conversion therapy. So Kentucky joins 23 other states that have banned this as a mental health issue and no longer allowing it. So good for them. Kentucky, you're doing something right for once. Also, a Colorado court also has upheld their ban on conversion therapy in a vote from 2-1, prohibiting licensed healthcare providers from performing conversion therapy on minors. So we've got another state that's actually upholding the ban. So we're going in the right direction finally. President Biden has sit down as the only sitting president to do an interview with with an LGBTQ plus newspaper. So he sat down with the newspaper's called the Washington Blade. It's the country's oldest LGBTQ plus news outlet. And he talked about how pro he is for the community and also how much he supports and how he wants to continue supporting the community. So really awesome that our president, unlike the last one, is so supportive. And Troy Sivan has kind of clapped back at straight people, saying that straight people that use the word twink, you're basically saying the word faggot when you're saying the word twink in his mind. He also clapped back at people saying that he's going on tour just so he can go and look at Grindr at every stop. He says it's so homophobic to say. I actually agree with him. Like, I mean, the twink thing, if you want to say twink, I don't know. I feel like it's okay. But, if you're saying that he's going on a tour, spending all this money and his time to go on Grinder, silly. He's got money. If he wanted to go on Grinder, he could go on Grinder and just travel any state he wanted. So stupid people. Georgia, not the state, the country, just passed a bill called the Family Values and Protection of Minors. So currently in the country of Georgia, same-sex marriage is already not legal in the country. However, this bill is going even further, and it's banning any public endorsements of the LGBTQ plus community. So that means no more pride events or parades, no display of pride flags. They're getting rid of all books that have anything to do with LGBTQ plus, and they're going to start censoring and banning movies and TV shows that have anything to do with the LGBTQ plus community. So a huge setback for the country. It's very sad that that's happening, but that's where we are in the country, and hopefully there's a lot of protest and people fighting back on that, and I think I'm hoping that maybe they will make some movement and be able to reverse these bills that are coming out. So we're getting closer and closer to election day, and more celebrities have come out. So the first one I'll talk about is Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas have come out and support Harris on a video they did on social media. So they're just one of the many stars. So Demi Lovato is another LGBTQ plus community member that has endorsed Harris, along with Little Nas X, Kesha, Maureen Morris, Raven Simone, Matt Bomer, my favorite, George Takei, and Cynthia Nixon. We also have several allies like Martha Stewart, who has endorsed Harris, and Cardi B, who is a huge ally of the LGBTQ plus community, and Megan Thee Stallion. So all of them have come and endorsed Harris, and they're all very big supporters of the LGBTQ plus community. So awesome. But I want everybody to remember this, that a lot of us thought that Hillary Clinton had this election won, or at least I did. And I was sitting there in shock whenever I was watching the results and Trump won the election. State by state, those states started to turn red. And before we knew it, Trump won the election. So don't let all of this positive energy around Kamala Harris prevent you from going out to vote. You still have to vote. Every vote still counts. So make sure that you go out and you vote. Vote, vote, vote. Early voting is, do that if you need to. Go out in the day, do mail-in voting, do whatever you can, but you need to make sure that you vote. And the last celebrity that is endorsing Kamala Harris and Tim Walz is Wanda Sykes. She recently, right after the debate, posted a brilliant, amazing video on her social media. So take a listen.
I keep thinking about that debate. And the thing that stayed with me is how she was able to call him a motherfucker without calling him a motherfucker. That was genius. With just a look. And we all heard it. When she said,
and this former president,
we all heard it. We all heard her call him a motherfucker without calling him a motherfucker. This was genius.
So I thought her message was really, really fantastic. She made a great point, and being a funny comedian that she is, but it's true. What Harris was saying, without saying it, she said it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this edition of Listen Up Girl and this week's version of my LGBTQ plus news. Tune in next Monday and be sure to subscribe and please leave a comment. I want to get this podcast ranking. When I looked today, I was at number 71 in the US for podcast in the news category, but I need to be in the top 20 or top 10. So help me and like my podcast, subscribe to it, and give me a comment. If you have any suggestions, visit my website, listenupgirl.com, and send me a message at info@listenupgirl.com and tell me what you think and what I could do to improve or what you think is doing well. So thanks so much for listening, and I will talk to you next Monday. Thank you.
Prada.